more importantly, I think people just assume that the government's just going to be there to sort of, provide compensation for people whose property is damaged, homes are damaged, whatever. But, we've got a lot of real world examples of that kind of stuff. I mean, I think about this example a lot because we talk about environmentalism and we talk about oil spills being the product of commercial interests a lot of the time. One of the worst oil spills in history was called the Eaststock oil spill. I don't know if I'm saying that exactly right. It was the Mexican state-owned oil company Pemex was the responsible party for the oil spill, millions and millions of gallons in the Gulf of Mexico. And, fairly close to offshore in Mexico. And, just like you've seen in like Deepwater Horizon and stuff like that, it just completely decimated their fishing industry. It decimated a whole bunch of, tourism. It just all kinds of industries that it really affected and all kinds of individuals, not to mention the environmental damage itself. And the Mexican government simply declared sovereign immunity and said, nah, you can't sue us for this. We're not going to give you any money if your fishery was destroyed. Too bad.
Imagine that.
That was their response. I mean, and they have the power to do that because who are you going to sue? The state? Good luck. I mean, you can spend years and years and years and years doing that, but if they already declared sovereign immunity, they wrote the law. And the judge will come back to the law and said, well, the state said they don't owe you anything. Too bad.
Yep.
There you go. Whereas on something like, the British Petroleum situation, like BP had to pay billions of dollars in damages, not to mention actually paying for all the cleanup and everything else. So it's like, yeah, these things happen. Like there are going to be damages when you have, a big entity that has a lot of, something like a large oil company, or, if we're talking about superheroes or whatever, like superheroes go out and fight an invading alien army 6 times in 1 week or whatever. There's going to be some property damage, right? But if you're talking about a private entity, there's got to be some way for people to sue them or to do something to sort of get compensation out of it. Whereas in the case of a state-run group, the state could very easily just say, nope, qualified immunity. I mean, this is what we do with police officers, right? I mean, with police officers, we just say, to a large extent, you're immune from prosecution if you cause harm or damages to other people in the prosecution of your job, as long as you were doing it, in a way that we believe was commensurate with your duty to do the job, then, you're free and clear. No big deal. And whether or not you ever get compensated for damages, good luck, So, I don't know. It's funny because I think people do have this sense of like, oh, we just have the government run this, and then like if anything bad happens, like people will be taken care of. But it seems to be the opposite of reality most of the time.